Hello everyone, my name is Femi Anthony. Welcome to the More You Look podcast. I've got my man here, Sky, and I've got my brother, Neyo, behind the cam. How's your week been, Sky?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been a bit busy as usual, and we thank God. It's another week already from tomorrow.
Nice. Before I go any further, I would like to thank you guys for all your feedback. We did get a few emails. We saw all your comments. And some of them, I would say, have been constructive criticism, which is really, really good. This is a new experience for us. This is just our second episode. We can only get better. So thanks for going on this journey with us. And let's get to it.
Yeah.
Chadwick Bozeman.
So sad, bro. So sad.
Oh man.
The whole movie industry, entertainment industry in general, is still money, man. You know. I never met him, so I can't say about his personality one-on-one, but from what people are saying on social media, online, he was a truly genuine guy. You know?
I'd say this one really touched me because he was somebody that I really, really admired based on the roles he has played. And especially the Black Panther role. And it's so sad because I did see pictures of him looking really, really gaunt, really skinny. And to be honest, I just felt that he's taking on another exceptional role where he had to lose that much weight. And then when the news dropped on social media about him passing away, it really, really shocked me. Dying of colon cancer at 39 years old is really, really, really something that sheds light on why we as Black people and also the Asian community should pay a lot more attention to our health. Because it says incident rates are between 24 and 25% higher in Black and Asian community. And when you're screening for colon cancer, the screening age starts between 40 and 45. And as Black people and Asian people, we are 15 to 20% more likely, to get colon cancer at some point. We need to be more active when it comes to our health. You need to get screened. Don't wait till you start feeling sick before you visit your doctor. You get what I mean? Diabetes, metabolic syndrome, lack of exercise, low vitamin D, low fiber diets. When you are taking diets that are very high in sugar, based on research, these are some of the reasons, some of the things that could lead to getting colon cancer. Take care of your health, guys.
Cancer in general.
It's
like the age bracket before. I think 10, 15 years ago, I used to believe that it would be the older generation, that me at my age at the time, that I didn't need to worry about these things. But the age graph seems to be coming closer and closer to the young stage. Even kids get it. So
go to Great Ormond Hospital. It's basically for kids that are battling different forms of cancer. And I'll repeat again, within the Black community and the Asian community, we're between 18 to 20% to actually die from colon cancer compared to people from other races. So please take care of your health. I don't even know. Let me ask you, when was the last time you went to your GP to request for a blood test? Because you see, Sky, the reason why I'm saying this is because most people don't even know that you can go to your GP and request for a blood test to check your kidney functions and liver functions and your blood sugar rate. I didn't know until one of my colleagues at work said to me, when last did you get a blood test? And when I went to my GP, I requested for a blood test form, went to do the blood test, and guess what? It turned out that my blood sugar had spiked. And what that meant was, if I did not take action by, exercising, living healthy, I could end up being diabetic. And diabetes left untreated, whether it's stage 1, stage 2, could lead to something really hard.
In all honesty, I don't frequent the hospital or visit the GP or request for stuff like this, But I remember I got healed a bit last year, and for that, and it was at the same time I was trying to apply for my PCO license, so it was a requirement that I needed to check my blood
test,
and my general wellness if I'm able to carry out long hour driving, which is required. So yeah, I did get tested last year, but to be honest, I'm a bit guilty of that, As long as my engine feels fine, I don't think
as a fully grown adult, okay, you should be getting your blood tested every 6 months. Every 6 months. This is a good time to segue into the COVID-19 that's been going on. And we've been told that Black, Asian, the BAME community are more susceptible to get COVID-19 because of low vitamin D levels. And you will not know if you are low in vitamin D if you don't do a blood test. You will not know if your vitamin D level is low.
It's actually low,
There is no way for you to know if your blood sugar has spiked. So I would like to use this opportunity to say rest in peace to Chadwick Bozeman, and I am sending love and light to his family. I know they must be going through a hard time presently due to his passing.
We've lost a lot of great people in the last 1 year. Kobe Bryant, a lot of great people. People that actually inspire, not just the dominant ones. Not the ones that are carried away by their success and they suffer some form of depression or the other. I'm talking about people who continue to make impact. Kobe Bryant had a lot of functions that he was doing for schools. And I think the same as Chadwick as well. So it's always sad to lose people who have been meaningful to the Black society.
We wish and we pray that their souls will rest in peace and love forever. And this will be a good time to segue into the recent killing of Jacob Blake, shot 7 times in the back by police officers that were meant to protect him, to uphold law and order. And this has caused a lot of riots and protesting all across America. It's just crazy that even now this is still happening after the whole movement brought about by the killing of George Floyd just a few weeks ago. This is still happening, which tells us that I don't even know if this is going to stop anytime soon. People have been saying, oh, he was walking towards his car, he could be getting a gun, but please, have we not seen videos of criminals that are white actually attacking police officers, and they still somehow manage to get arrested without a scratch on them? Dylan Roof walked into a church, a black church, murdered 9 people in cold blood. And when the police showed up, they actually took him to McDonald's before taking him to the police station because he was hungry. If you don't understand the reason why people are protesting, why people are rioting by now, then I don't really know what to say to you. Sad times we are living in, where people have to justify the brutal killing of a human being. Some people even say, oh, George Floyd was a criminal. How about Breonna Taylor? She was killed in cold blood while sleeping in her bed. Ahmaud Arbery was killed while he was jogging. Rashad Brooke was shot while trying to run away from cops. Where is your excuse? Because I think at some point we need to come to a place where we leave the excuses behind and actually try to look at the bigger picture. It's either this is being done on purpose, or it's either the training given to these law enforcement officers needs to be, revisited. Because I really don't know why you are scared of an unharmed kid or an unharmed teenager because he's black. Because at this point, I really don't know what to say. Benjamin Franklin said, "Justice will not be served until those who are unaffected are as outraged as those who are." I know that not every white person is a racist. Come on. Where I work, I'm lucky and I'm blessed to work with some very, very amazing people that are white. They respect me, they treat me as equals. But that's not the case everywhere else. And I think the issue here is that a lot of people actually live in bubbles. At some point, we all need to wake up and smell the coffee. I know whenever issues of racial or race is being discussed, is a very, very delicate issue, and one needs to be very careful before going down that rabbit hole. But it is something we need to talk about. Angela Davis said, "It is not enough to be quietly non-racist. Now is the time to be vocally anti-racist." It's not enough for you to say, "Well, I'm white, I've never offended anyone, I've never been racist to anyone, I'm a good person." That is no longer enough. When you see white people like you saying racist stuff, acting in a racist way, you speak up. You should be able to speak up against institutionalized racism, which happens a lot in the world today. It is not enough just to be a good white person. You should be that white person that speaks up against racism or bigotry of any kind. I wish we could all live in a world where we help each other. We all bleed the same blood, red. Sky, what do you think?
Racism is, or these actions, which depicts racism, is a really, really difficult phenomenon to get rid of, really. There's so many questions that surrounds why a police officer in the first place will feel threatened by a black guy, you understand? Mm-hmm. Just the fact that your skin color, you're threatened. And then up to the actions that, okay, once any sudden move you make is regarded.
They're always so easily threatened. It's like they're terrified when they're in the bus.
I don't think they're terrified, trust me. I feel like
they see us as human beings.
No. There are some good cops. In America where this happens, there are some good cops, I've been stopped by cops before, here back home. But there's some cops that they will actually talk to you, then they see your reaction, and maybe that's what, that's how they would approach you. But I feel like in America, there is a gang of police force that they are the racist ones, and they have it in their mind when they're stepping out that any black guy fuck with me today,
I'm gonna mess with some black people.
Any black guy fuck with me today, you don't take shit, you come then down.
Let's be honest.
I think that's the mentality they come from. Mm-hmm. You understand? Otherwise, why would 7 times? You're not like. We see movies. We've seen movies. We've seen documentaries of real action. Forget about movie. It can be staged, right? We've seen documentaries of real actions where people shoot. You can render someone. Incapable.
They need to be shooting in the leg.
Yeah, exactly. Shooting on the leg. You're holding the guy. You can shoot him on the leg if you're really, really threatened. So threatening is not the word. It's a determination, it's a mindset.
And it sort of gets to me when you read comments on social media and you see people saying, "Oh, it was a criminal after all. It was this, it was that." Does that mean that it has to be killed like a dog in the street?
Oh my, Femi, like I said, it's a mentality. Like they come home. I mean, they go to work with that mentality. Like any black dude. It's like when we're in uni, you know, it's like when we're in school, uni, you know, you have this cultism and all that. They have it in their mind everywhere they go that, oh, if we see the rival caught, you understand, we get ready.
And get strapped. There's another thing where people seem to get a misconception of this Black Lives Matter, you know, thing, where people think when you say Black Lives Matter, you mean white lives don't matter. That's not the case. The way I see it, if your house is on fire and you call the fire department and they turn up, do they start hosing down all the houses on your street, or they hose down the house that is affected, the house that is on fire? Just look at it from that perspective. We're saying Black Lives Matter because in the world today, black lives are the ones that seem to keep being cut short by the police. If your child makes a mistake, you expect them to get second chances in life, but that's not always the case for black people. So if you're watching this as a white person, whether you're a good cop, you're a good mom, you're a good dad, it is not longer enough to be those things. You have to show that you understand that all of us are equals. We all bleed red.
Yeah.
We all bleed red. And I said to you before we started recording, this would be the perfect time for us to segue, because we would be hypocrites if we want to talk about the brutality of foreign policemen. Because I see a lot of Nigerians on Nigerian Twitter when they talk about, oh, Black Lives Matter, white cops, white supremacist cops, racist cops. Let's pause for a second and delve into what is happening back home in our own country, in Africa generally. Look at what's been going on in Zimbabwe. Look at what has been going on for decades in Nigeria. To be fair, if I am in Nigeria, whenever I go back home, I would rather take my chances with armed robbers than the Nigerian police force.
At least you know what they want. You know they just want to like.
I don't care what happens to me, but I'll tell you this. The Nigerian law enforcement generally are some of the worst humans on earth. Do you care to know the number of lives these guys have cut short? The number of lives. I've been a victim. I was lucky to get away with my life. You cannot look at teenagers and accuse all of them of being fraudsters, of being criminals. Somebody was telling me the other day, a friend of mine that's back home in Nigeria was telling me that before he leaves the house, before he leaves his home to go out, he has to assess himself to see if he's dressed too flashy or not, because he does not know if he's going to be, coming in contact with policemen. It's incredible, especially SARS, the number of Nigerian youths, the lives of Nigerian youths that have been cut short by SARS operatives in Nigeria.
What exactly is the duties of SARS? Why were they created?
Theirs is not even, we cannot accuse them of racism now because we're all Nigerians. Theirs is solely based on greed
and ignorance.
These guys have killed public transport workers for as little as 100 naira.
100 is a lot. 20 naira.
The day I was stopped, this bus just parked beside me and asked me, and these guys came down with guns drawn and very rudely asked me to get into the bus. I tried to ask them, why would I get into a bus when I'm just standing right here in front of the house? and the beating started. They were hitting me with guns. One even cocked one of the guns and threatened to shoot my leg if I didn't get into the bus. It took the intervention of people in the area and people that were seeing that, this guy literally was just standing buying what do you call these cards you used to load your phones? I don't know what you call it. Recharge card. All I did was get down from my car to buy a recharge card to load my phone to call my lawyer because we had a meeting, and this guy just pulled up beside me and tried to force me into a van. And this is what happens every single day. They force people into these buses, take them to police station somewhere. Your family spends days looking for where you are, all because they want to collect money. And if you are one of the unlucky ones, they swap you with people who have committed really, really heinous crimes.
Yeah.
If the son of a rich man murdered someone and the case is going to court, they go out doing raids and they just pick up innocent people and then use those people to replace just to replace people who have committed the actual criminals. While we're on that, I would like to give a lot of props to Sega Link on Twitter and to Rugged Man. These two people are those that I've seen that have been actively helping people, get out of the confines of the Nigerian police and of SARS operatives, because I've seen a lot of activity on Twitter where people message Sega Link or Rugged Man, and whether it's day or night, they are always up to the task. But the thing is, Rugged Man is not a lawyer. He's not involved in
even the lawyers. They don't have powers over.
You know what I mean?
They don't.
Why do we have to depend on the kindness of strangers to not be attacked by the policemen that are meant to actually protect us? It's insane. It's insane. And this is something that the government has not addressed in any way.
I don't see it being in their priority in one way or the other. They are busy doing what? Embezzling.
Honestly, it's all because of greed. All because of greed. The average Nigerian youth is being viewed as a fraudster, a criminal. They stop you. The first thing they want to do is go through your phones.
Yeah. Do you know what? I remember before coming to this country, my partner, she did send me some money, and I was working in Yaba then. So when I got the money, I went to the closest bank, Yaba, to get the money, and I got the money in pounds, so I was like, oh, where do I exchange? The bank, the rate was too expensive to deal with. So everyone said, go to Yaba bus stop, where everybody knew it was popular for exchange rates, So I went there. As soon as I came out, you could see me with my bag, my laptop was there. I was dressed corporate,
You are ripe for picking.
Trust me. They read all my message. They had me call my missus all the way in the UK. You are
ripe.
Do you know what? And that day, I called my partner, the guy I worked with, who is like my boss then, Dapo. I called him. He was busy, so before he could get to me, anyways, they went through my laptop, went through my phone, went through everything. And they couldn't find anything. The only thing they saw there was my chat with my missus. They wanted to read everything to make sure it wasn't a MAGA that I was chatting with, which is a white lady, When I told them my wife is in, my partner is in the UK, they wanted to see who I was chatting with. I showed them everything. They were still not convinced. And after everything, the
annoying thing is even that. The annoying thing is that they are actually criminals in Nigeria. But these policemen, this SARS operative, they will not go and face those criminals.
Never.
The only thing they do is falsely arrest, bully, and rob. They actually rob innocent people of their money. Yeah. They will literally force you to ATM machines for you to withdraw money.
Exactly.
And give to them.
I've actually seen they do kidnap as well.
Oh yeah.
I saw a little flick about a year ago on social media. This guy complained. They took him, kidnapped him, to go and get money from his account. They took his car.
Twitter is filled. Go on Instagram.
So many
go on
stories.
Twitter. Filled with stories. There's hardly a day where you won't hear stories of someone
It's just
that has been forced to make financial transfer from whether from ATM machine or from what do you call it, internet banking, and nothing is being done about this. It's happening right under our noses, right in our backyards. So we can't just stop at saying, foreign law enforcement officers, do these atrocities. It's happening right in our backyard.
Femi, can I ask you though, apart from anarchy, which seems like the only way, the only place,
Don't even start.
the only place that Nigeria, for a change, is heading, what are the solutions? Like, we've been crying about these things, we've been crying about corruption. Do you foresee any solution?
Good question.
We can talk about this all we like.
Good question.
Is it going to change?
This is the way I see it. From our perspective, if we want to sanitize Nigerian law enforcement, change firstly has to begin with us. Because the last time I was in Nigeria, the few parts where they installed traffic lights, nobody was following the traffic light regulations. People were just driving whichever way.
It doesn't make any sense.
It has to start with us. Let me put it this way: Nigeria is filled with people who want you to bribe them to perform or carry out the job that they get paid for.
But they can argue that they don't get paid well enough for it.
But that's not an excuse. That is no excuse. That is no excuse. If we want to sanitize law enforcement in Nigeria, I think the first thing they need to do is they need to put in place rules, or let's say procedures, where only a graduate of minimum HND
can get into
the police force.
Yeah.
Because you will find that most of these policemen, the problem they have is ignorance and illiteracy. Let's be honest. Ignorance and illiteracy. That's why a policeman will go through your phone and see emails, official emails, and they say, "Oh, you be Yahoo boy, you're a fraudster, you're a criminal."
I mean, to worsen my ordeal then, my partner, she doesn't use her Yoruba name much. She's her English name, and when they saw Christiana, they were like, this no be Nigeria. You must be
a fraudster. No, it's true. It's true. It's true. They need to obviously increase the pay, but I think the rot has gotten so deep that I don't even think law enforcement in Nigeria can be sanitized in this our generation. Let's be honest with ourselves, because a task force, even if we suggest creating a task force, because who polices the police?
Yeah, exactly.
They act with impunity. So if they create a task force that looks into officers, dirty cops, dirty officers, and then punish them, they need to lose their jobs, they need to do jail time.
Yeah, exactly.
But let's ask ourselves, how long before those task force themselves become corrupt? Look at EFCC. Look at EFCC. There used to be a time EFCC was the only body in Nigeria that you could vouch for. But now, even there's a lot of accusations of EFCC officers.
Do you know what?
Collecting
EFCC was created for the sole purpose of fighting opposition. Yes, using corruption as an excuse. But Obasanjo created EFCC to fight his opposition, especially the people that were allegedly against his third-term rule.
Allegedly
against his third-term rule.
Allegedly,
bro. This is is the country where we live, man.
It's sad, really, because when I think of it, you can't leave the place you're living and decide to go back home, even just for holidays. Even just for holidays, you will be scared of armed robbers. You will be scared of ritualists. You will be scared of kidnappers, and then on top of it all, you will be scared of law enforcement, the Nigerian police, SARS. At first, I thought maybe it's because I drive big cars and they view me as a young man, so obviously I must be into some sort of crime. So I thought, okay, let me get a driver. Even at that even made it worse. So you've committed crimes to the point where you can afford to have a driver drive you around. We can only just continue to thank people like Rugged Man and Segalink and others that we don't know, that we don't see, all the effort they put into helping the few people they can, to snatching them away from the jaws of greedy Nigerian policemen. We thank Rugged Man, we thank Segalink, and we can only hope at this point that at some point we will get our acts together. But whatever it is, change needs to start with us. And that's it. That's it on the corruption, Nigerian police. With all this Lionel Messi debacle going on presently, we found out now that he did an interview to say that he's no longer leaving the club because he has no choice. He doesn't want to go to war with Barca over, because he loves the club. Yeah. And I'm thinking,
close.
You being a Barcelona fan, how do you think this will sort of affect his, performance for this season? Is he motivated enough to give 100%?
Anybody on the planet, you understand? If you are determined to leave, if you have come to a conclusion that you want to leave and you were vocal about it, obviously it's gonna, impact your performance going forward. If you have to stay, it's like a messy divorce, If the husband or the wife who wants to leave, decides to stay, it's just going to be in a very, very tense environment. It's not going to be easy. But that said, Messi is someone who always strives for better. You understand? He always wants to.
He loves the club.
Yeah.
It's just that it's the handling of the club that he has issues with.
I actually found out that part of the reason he wants to leave now is because why he's saying that now is because like everybody has been wishing that they want to see Messi play in another league. When I argue with people, I'm a Barcelona fan.
I will tell you. Let me tell you now. If you take Ronaldo, if you take Messi, for me personally, that is still one thing that Cristiano Ronaldo
has over.
Yes, he has tested different waters. He has excelled. He has broken records. Messi has not been seen in another. So until even with his country, Argentina, how many trophies has he actually assisted his country in winning? None.
That's talk for another day.
No, Ronaldo. Yeah.
But back to it, anyways. I think that's the way the club has been handling, their affairs lately. That's one thing that actually, put in his mind that, maybe it's time to go. Maybe it's time to, test other waters. And I'm sure with everything that he has achieved in his life, with people like you saying things like that about Ronaldo, he too will want to let me try and do that, And don't forget, he's not Spanish. It would be hard for him to pledge the kind of loyalty for life like Iniesta and Xavi did. For him, he said it before in the past. He's hinted that he would like to retire in his country. So play for maybe Boca Junior or something. And end his career there. So for him, it's important for him. I thought it would never happen, to be honest. As a Messi loyalist and a Barca fan, I thought it would never happen that he was going to end his career in Barcelona. I'm a bit disappointed, but that's football for you. That's life. You got to move on at some point, But
that said, what club do you think Messi is best suited for?
Definitely not Arsenal. No, just joking.
Personally, I think
I don't think
PSG.
Arsenal can even afford it.
Imagine having a Messi, Neymar, Mbappe.
Yeah.
That would be
But
bonkers.
I don't think it would play there, but I don't think it would last long. Maybe it would just be a short contract.
Personally,
He goes
you
to
know
PSG.
what I would like to see. Personally,
Yeah.
I would like to see Messi go to Juventus, where finally, after people have pitted him and Cristiano Ronaldo against each other for years,
For them to play together.
finally, the two maestros wearing the same jersey.
That's never gonna
Honestly,
happen.
it would, week in, week out, it would be like reality TV. Because you want to see the magic that these two.
Yeah, that's a dream.
And I think this time they will be competing to, who shows the most skills,
That's
who scores the most
Something
goals.
like that will probably happen.
They will destroy
Man
teams.
City or Man U or PSG or Bayern, the clubs that can afford both of them. Juventus can't afford both of them playing at the same time. Trust me, they're gonna go bankrupt.
They won't.
They will see the money.
Because,
They will get the money back. But don't forget, TV in Italy doesn't pay as high as
well, that's true. That's
as
true.
Spain,
As Premiership too,
and as Premiership is the highest. So I don't see them affording that.
Quick segue. Do you think Liverpool can do it again? What with Chelsea now? Because I'm a Chelsea fan and I know we've acquired quite a few players.
Yeah.
Our team lineup is looking really promising. Do you think that Chelsea, the likes of Chelsea, Manchester City, and Manchester United, can be enough competition to stop Liverpool this time?
Yeah, I think the next season is going to be really, really interesting. Most of, like you said, you guys have boosted your team, but I believe that Liverpool still has an edge, and they can only do it if they change one or two players. They cannot do it with that same team.
They've sold Wijnaldum to Barcelona.
Exactly. So so it depends on who they are bringing in, how they play well with the the team that is there already. But I like to see players like what's it called, Sadio Mane. I would like to see them shine again this season. And hopefully we get a bit more from Salah. The injury has always been his number one problem, but I'm hoping we get a bit more from him.
More match fitness.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I would like Chelsea to, give it their all this season. Hopefully, we can nab it or at least go home with a trophy at the end of the season.
Do you believe in Lampard that much?
Well, we have to give him a try. I believe more in the players.
Okay.
Than
the coach.
Yeah, than the coach. So here we are. To round things up, I would just, because I will always say this. This is I would say my mantra. Don't forget to always be on top of your health. Check your blood pressure all the time. It's very important. And one thing I know is you can have more hearts than Valentine's Day. You can be nicer than Santa Claus. Depression is a respecter of nobody. It can happen to anyone, irrespective of the money you have, irrespective of your status in the society. Please take care of your health, eat healthy, drink a lot of water, and if you are going through anything at all and you have no one to speak to, there are always outlets out there. If you don't have money for, say, to go to a therapist, there's something in the UK called talking therapies. It's called talking therapist, where you ring a number and there's someone always at the end of the line to have a conversation with you. You can contact them on 0300 355 3555. That's 0300 355 and 5555. It's called Talking Therapies. There are so many other options out there. I'm just quickly going to breeze through some of them. We have Assist Line, you can Google it. We have Calm. We have one called Opline UK. There's also another called Lifeline. There's so many outlets out there. We also have the Samaritans. You can get them on their helpline 116123. Do not bottle things up. we're only human. We're not robots. Even robots malfunction every now and then. Don't keep things to yourself. Speak to someone. And on that note, we would like to call it a day on this episode. And keep coming at us. Keep giving us your feedback. Keep sending those emails. Keep dropping your comments. Like and share our YouTube videos. Please, we need your support. Like I said, we can only get better. Alright, on that note, see you on the next episode.
See you. Ciao.
Bye.